I'm here outside the Cybecker basement development. It is fully complete. It is thumbs up approved. Looks fantastic. Clients are excited to move down there and start enjoying the space. So let's not waste any time. Let's go check it out. So we're here in the Cybecker basement development. Looking sweet in the staircase. You can look down. We've got all this vinyl plank flooring, sweet matching nosings, and right here, you're probably asking, what the hell's on that ledge here, Sean? That is MDF. So you can hear that. It's not drywall. That's drywall. It's super durable. It's a lot stronger. We spray it the same as the trim paint. So you can put a whole bunch of stuff on there. You don't have to worry about the damage. The kids can climb up there, though we don't take any liability if they fall off. So maybe watch them on that. And anyway, that's kind of our standard with priority builders. Another thing you're going to see here is we have a couple landings here, and we've got a railing that isn't continuous. And the reason why we don't do that is for furniture. If we did a continuous railing here, I'm telling you right now, when you move your couch down, you're going to be at this point, and you're going to have your buddy there, and your ass is going to be right up against that railing, and you're going to be like, who the hell did this? This is bullshit. So it isn't, you don't need to do it for code. This is 100% to code as long as it's just going up the rise and the run of the staircase. And that's kind of why we do it that way, because we're thinking about you, and yeah, we don't want you calling us and swearing at us. So that's kind of why we do that. And we come all the way down. Another thing that we do when we finish your basement is we go through all the stairs and we go through all the squeaks, because I'm telling you, when the builder builds your house, this is the last thing they care about is your basement. They don't give a shit. And they don't care if it's the squeakiest stairs in the world, but we care, because I absolutely hate squeaky stairs.
Did you hear that?
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about them, and that's why we totally get rid of all those squeaks in the stairs, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we're walking down into the full basement development. So whenever we develop a basement like this, we go through full design. Design is the most important thing, guys. Like I'm telling you, if you're gonna finish your frickin' basement, go through design. If you're gonna hire a contractor and they don't have a designer, or they don't work with the designer, I probably would call somebody else. Design is so important. The reason why it's so important is you know exactly what you're gonna get before it starts. You know, like imagine buying a vehicle that had no design or engineering behind it. Can you imagine that? Your wheels would be ripping off on the highway, you'd be rolling all over the place. Well, you'd probably be dead after the first drive. Luckily, you don't have to worry about that with a basement, but go through design. So yeah, if we walk through here, you can walk on back through this large hallway space, and through design, we figured, hey, let's do this massive rec room. Clients wanted a huge rec room. They got kids, they got dogs. When kids grow up, they can do laps down here, do circles. You can tire them out, set up an obstacle course, whatever you want.
So much aerobics in here, so many activities.
You know, in here, they're gonna have a massive TV. So if you want, you could have a 100-inch TV, you could have whatever the hell you want. We put a ton of backing in this wall. This is probably the strongest wall in the house. You could hang a car from there, whatever you want. One thing that we do with a lot of our basements upon request and through asking questions and through design is we put these Cat5 or Cat6 data cable lines, hard connection. And the reason why that's good, especially in your basement, is when you got that TV and you're streaming Netflix 4K, you don't want to have a frickin' signal issue, and you don't want things lagging. Especially not like, you know, you're watching the game or you're watching something, you don't want to have that happen. So that's why we do hardwire here. And if you want to do that and we ask you that question, you say yes, you're going to have that. You're not going to have any issues. Again, it's all about not swearing at your contractor after he leaves, right? And that's why we do that. In here, that's just a mechanical room. There's nothing crazy in there. And of course, we do things like we bring the cold air returns to the floor. So again, this might not be something you really know about, but always make sure your contractor brings these cold air returns to the floor. The reason why that's really important is you have heat supply coming up through here, and if you have a cold air return in the ceiling, The heat's gonna come on down and it's just gonna go right up in the ceiling, and you're just gonna freeze your ass off. Your feet are gonna be cold, you're gonna have blankets. What are you gonna do? Swear at your contractor. So that's why we run them to the floor. It's a little bit more work, a little bit more planning, it's a little bit more designing, but you guys are starting to get the gist on why we do things the way we do and how we do things, and we do it the right way the first time. So you come in through here, it's the bedroom, and you're probably thinking, man, is this guy 8 feet tall or something like that? Because my head's almost hit the ceiling. Well, again, we got to do what we got to do in these basements, but sometimes we only have so much space and room to work with. And that's because there's a ton of freaking HVAC up here, and you need the HVAC. Like, you need the air, you need the AC and all that. We're not going to move that stuff around, and we suggest you don't move it if you want to do that. And that's where we frame everything as tight as possible. We get the minimum clearances to code, and that's what we're working with. I'm 6'5", most people aren't, and I'm perfectly comfortable in here. In my opinion, it's kind of cozy. It's like a little cave, and it works perfectly. So yeah, we do like certain things like the bulkheads where we frame it out in a certain way, and it just looks a lot better. It's more aesthetically appealing. We don't do weird jogs and jigs that you see in some basements. You'll see amateur contractors, they have no idea how to frame. I'm personally down in these basements for hours, or site supervisor or carpenter, and we figure it out and we do it the right way, make it look awesome. So here through design, we basically figured that, hey, there's a electrical panel in here. We added these MDF doors, and you know, you can shut these doors, you can close the electrical panel. It looks nice and clean, and this clearance meets code. So everything we do meets code, everything we do passes inspection. And the reason why we separated the electrical room is in the future, there's going to be kids down here. What you could do, you could just lock this door, and you don't have to worry about the kids, you know, chewing on electrical wires or something like that. And that's kind of why we do that. Over here, we have a closet for clothing, for storage, or for whatever. And this is our standard. So we don't do cheap stuff. Like, we don't do cheap basements. So if you're looking for a cheap basement, call somebody else. We don't do that. But this is our standard. And what we did here was we made sure that all the shelves and everything were off the ground. We made sure this gable didn't go all the way to the ground. That way you can put boxes, you can put whatever you want on the floor, and it just maximizes the space. Because the main key thing with a basement is maximizing space. You only have so much square footage, 750 square feet down here. We got to use every single inch, and that's why we have everything off the floor. Another thing with this is we put in solid bars here. So I could probably do a pull-up from this, but I don't want to scare you guys because I've been eating a little much, and if my shirt comes off, we're going to be losing viewers. So that's why we do the heavy-duty bars in there. We always use that. They're more expensive, but you're not going to complain about them because they're not going to rip out, and you're not going to, I don't have to say it, you already know. But yeah, that's like a standard closet with us when we do a basement. So when you get the pricing, you see that, just remember, we do all this super, super custom stuff. Another thing that you didn't really see in there, which you probably aren't even going to see on the camera, is we have a little cutout in the bedroom where the backflow valve is. Every new house has a backflow valve, and we do it in a way that you can barely see the vinyl cutout. In the future, if your plumber needs to access that, or the city or whoever, you just pop it off. It's held down with silicone. You put it back on. Bob's your uncle. But yeah, if we walk in back here, as I walk backwards and try not to kill myself, we're coming into the bathroom here. So on this side, clients are going to have their laundry. It's a dual purpose laundry bathroom. They didn't want to have their laundry upstairs, and I don't blame them. You know, it kind of sucks if you got to do late night laundry and you're sleeping and you can hear, you know, your jeans flapping around in the frickin' washing machine. I hate that. We didn't do that in here, so now it's all down here. And we did a floating vanity, which I love. It's super nice because you can get all that tile all the way through. Super easy to clean, and the drawers are actually kind of secured around the plumbing. So if you look in here, everything goes right around the plumbing. And you guys, I already know you guys are saying, what the hell is that faucet? Why are you using a kitchen faucet? Because the clients wanted it, and that's why we're using it. Again, it's laundry, they might be cleaning, kids, whatever. Kids get messy, it's kind of nice. You got the pull-out function here. You know, you can spray your friends, whatever you want. It's not standard. There's a weight in there. It's not the normal way of doing that. But again, that's something we communicate to the clients ahead of time. And we just go do it if they want it. They're super happy with it. They love it. Custom mirror, light fixture, all that kind of stuff. And now the main course, we've got to say best for last. We've got the dog wash here. The dog wash. Can you believe it? Like, that's a freaking dog wash. People love their dogs, but I'm telling you right now, that's pretty high end. So yeah, we've got the dual swing glass door here, so you can go both ways. Maybe you're somebody who likes to pull it out. Maybe you want to push it in. Whatever you want to do. That sounded worse than I meant it to.
That's what she said.
But yeah, so we got this. Come on inside. It's massive. So I'm as round as I am tall, and there's just a shit ton of room in here. It's fantastic. We got a shower niche, and as well, we have this pull out again, washing the dogs. Works perfect. Get around. They got big dogs, so that works great. Everything just held in with a magnet. You want to shower in here, whatever you want. Everything's fully waterproof behind these walls. You're never going to have to worry. We silicone seal the corners. Make sure your contractor does that. Silicone seal the bottom. Everything is just 100%. You don't have to worry. We use a tile backer board. We use Red Guard. We also use a Schluter membrane. We do everything the proper way. Custom shower basin here. It's flood tested, it's water tested and everything. You never really have to worry about anything with this shower. Looks super custom, looks super nice. I absolutely love it. And that concludes the tour of the Cybecker basement development. Clients are super, super happy. They're not only happy with the quality, they're super happy with the experience. They're just blown away. They're laughing, they can't wait to get down here. And I will tell you that every single job we do, we put 100% effort into it. We communicate like crazy. We're always there for you. We truly care about the clients. And that's why Priority Builders is so successful. That's why the Cybecker basement development gets the thumbs up.